Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we cover all things gel nails. Today we're going to be doing this sunflower design with crystals and glitter, and I'm going to show you how we do it. Okay, so for starters, I am going to take my tips. They are, of course, buffed and have base coat on them already. We're going to go in with our first polish. This is Flame from the Gel Bottle ink. It's a nice orange color. The color is not really that important in this step just because it's going to get covered with a lot of glitter. So you can use whatever color you like that coordinates with whatever glitter you're choosing to use. This encapsulation method for the glitter is very similar to the one that I used in my last video when I encapsulated the purple heart glitter. If you didn't get a chance to see that video, I will link it in the cards so that you can see it after this one. But I'm going to go ahead and put down my orange gel polish, cure it off, and then we'll come back with the next step. Next, I'm going to take Sunrise. This is a glitter gel from Light Elegance. It's pretty unique in that it's got matte orange glitters and some shiny sort of like goldish glitters. So I'm going to use that as the base, and then I'm going to drop in some of these pieces from this mix. This is from Glitter Designs by 2, which is where I get a lot of my glitters. I am planning a glitter haul, glitter collection, show you all the glitters I have from that brand video, so that should be up soon, so keep an eye out for that. If you want to see all of my future videos, just make sure that you hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss anything. But we're going to go ahead and go in with a layer of that Sunrise glitter gel. And we're just going to get a nice coating of it so that we can take the loose glitter and drop it right into it before we cure it. Just as a note, if you can, I recommend using different brushes for your gels. So that is a gel brush that I use specifically for glitter, so I don't have to worry about contaminating any of my other designs. Now I'm taking, this is a water marbling tool from Maniology, but you can use just a small dotting tool or you can use a brush if you want. And I just have a little bit of gel on the end and I'm dipping it into that loose glitter, picking up just a little clump of it and putting it onto the nail and kind of pressing it into that wet glitter. So this glitter gel, the Sunrise color from Light Elegance, is still wet. We have not cured it yet. So I'm just gonna fiddle around until I get the glitter, the large glitter, where I want it, and then we'll go ahead and put it in the lid. All right, so of course we did the other hand and the pinky as well, and so now it's time to address the 3 fingers in the middle. So I'm gonna take this buttercream from Light Elegance. This is Utter Perfection. It's a nice warm nude. It's pretty universal, so I think it goes really well as a background color, especially because we're gonna have some crystals and we're gonna have some stamping. So you want something that's not too out there, that doesn't stand out too much, but still kind of gives a nice cohesive look to the entire set of nails. So I'm just going to take another gel brush. So I've got a gel brush for my light colors, my dark colors, and my glitters. And so I keep them all separate so I don't have any contamination of my colors, my polishes, or my gels or anything. So I'm going to just go ahead and give this a nice coat. One coat, typically with a buttercream, is probably pretty good. Because these are clear tips, I went ahead and kind of did a very thin second coat. But that's optional. It just depends on sort of the look that you're going for and how you apply. So once that's all cured, I'm going to get my stamping plate ready. So this is a stamping plate from Clear Jelly Stamper, and I will put the number of the plate on the screen somewhere. I don't remember it, but I'm going to take an assortment of stamping polishes. So some of these are Clear Jelly, I've got a Moyu and a couple of Moira. I just wanted to have multiple options of colors. I don't wind up using every color, but I do use quite a few of them. So the customer who requested this set wanted sunflowers and roses, and she wanted orange was the color that she had originally picked. So I was trying to think about how I was going to incorporate all of these elements and still make a cohesive look. So I like this plate because it's got layers. I can bring in different colors. And so I had, a perfect sunflower yellow stamping polish. This one is from Clear Jelly Stamper. And I'm just going to go ahead and get that base of the flower down. So I do a sunflower on one side and a rose on the other. And then I used crystals at the end, you'll see, to kind of like tie all of the colors together. So that's a really good tip if you've got some colors or a design that you feel like isn't really meshing well or doesn't really have a cohesive look. You can always add crystals or glitter to bring everything back together. So between the crystals and the glitter that has a little bit of red, orange, yellow, kind of those fire colors, I thought it was easy to make the orange, the yellow from the sunflower, and the red from the rose kind of all tied together. So you'll see it at the end, of course, but I'm just gonna go in with the next layer on the stamping plate. I like the Clear Jelly Stamper plates because you can use the images separately, you can layer them together. It's just really versatile, gives you a lot of options, and of course you're not limited by color or anything like that. So I went ahead and did the outline on the sunflower, added some greenery, and then we'll go in and stamp the rose. All stamping is a bit of a work in progress, or there's a learning curve to it, right? It's not very intuitive. So a couple of tips, just make sure that you have a good scraper. I use a sticky pad from Maniology to get the excess polish off of my stamper before I go in. You want to have a nice, clear, clean stamper. And I use probably a little bit too much polish, but I'd rather use too much than not have enough, because there's nothing worse than scraping it out, rolling off your stamp, and then trying to put it on the nail and realizing you just don't have enough polish to get the look for the image that you want. So those are just a couple of tips, but I'm happy to do a more in-depth stamping video, especially using the layered plates. There's some more tips for how to get everything to kind of line up properly and make sure that your outlines fit on top of your base pieces and things like that. So if you want to see that, give this video a thumbs up or leave me a comment down below, and I will try and get around to filming a stamping specific video too. But I'm just finishing off the rose with its outline. I did the greenery first, and then the flowers, and then the outline last. All right, so it's crystal time. So here I've got an array of colors. I've got some regular crystal clear. I've got some, this is yellow opal. I love the yellow opal. I just think they're really nice. And then I think I have like tangerine here. I've got some citrine in the back I can see, and then I think this one is light cyan. So I have a variety of sizes and a variety of colors, and we're pretty much just gonna do a trickle down the middle of the nail. It wasn't anything specific in terms of crystal placement, which I like the freedom to sort of just put stuff wherever. So sometimes I'll do a specific crystal design, other times it's kind of just how it flows out is how it ends up. So I'm using the Jenny Secret Crystal Gem Gel, and I like to put this on. I have a flexible spatula, so I like to put it on there, and because it's easy to clean and it doesn't kind of muck up my brushes, and so I just kind of put an all over coat, because at this point I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with the crystals, so I wanted to make sure I had gem gel everywhere. And then I'm going over that with a coat of top coat from the Gel Bottle Ink. Now, the Jenny Secret Crystal Gel is a no wipe gem gel. So if you didn't want to go over it with the top coat, you don't have to. I just knew that there were some gaps in the on top of the nail where I put the gem gel. So I wanted to make sure that once I cured it, the nail was completely finished. So that's why I went over the top with the top coat. But you'll see, I'm just gonna try and, you know, mix up the colors, mix up the sizes, and give sort of a nice design that ties in, of course, the orange, red, and yellow of all of the other elements of the nail set. So I'm just gonna poke them around with my crystal katana, and then we'll be almost done. It'll be top coat time. I lied, you guys. It's not top coat time. We still have to encapsulate the glitter. So this is the exact same process I did in the last video. Again, it's linked in the video, and I'll put it in the description box below too, but I'm going to speed through it because I am going to dedicate a video specifically to encapsulation tricks for things like glitter and other embellishments and nail art pieces. But you'll see I'm really just making sure that I've got a good healthy amount of clear gel on top of the nail. I'm making sure that the nail has a nice apex, it's nice and smooth. I'll flip this over at the end there to kind of allow that gel to matriculate to the middle of the nail so it's not running down the sides. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and encapsulate it and then cure it off as well. All right, so we're gonna wipe that off and we're going to file this. So for this particular set, I decided to use my e-file. I just wasn't really in the mood to hand file this. And so I thought it would be helpful to show you guys that as well. So I have a sanding band. This is just a regular sanding band on a mandrel. And I think my e-file is probably on about 6,000 or 7,000 RPM. So it doesn't have to be up super high. I'm really just trying to maintain control because I want to smooth out the lumps and bumps, but I don't want to create divots or valleys. So I'm trying to get anything that is raised to be level with the lowest part of the nail, not create an even lower section. So you'll see I'm just going back and forth, side to side. I'll go vertically and then I'll go horizontally. I'll work around the cuticle area. Sort of the same way you would file a nail that's on a hand is how you're going to file this tip. I formation, side to side, and then across the top of the nail. And as you can see, I'm turning it around, I'm checking it from all angles because I want to make sure that I get a nice smooth finish. Then I'm just going to take my hand file just to touch up any last remaining areas. It gives me a little bit more control, and I know that things aren't going to kind of get away from me. And then give it a buff. All right, now it's top coat time. So for the middle two fingers, the index finger and the finger with the stamping on it, I decided to go with a matte finish. So in order to protect the stamping, I went ahead and did a regular no wipe top coat, and then I'm gonna do matte on top of it. And I lightly buffed the index finger because I wanted it to be perfectly smooth when I put the matte top coat on. And for the glitter, going in with my shiny no wipe top coat, I'm just going to give this a nice glaze. I love the way those iridescent fiery glitters sort of shine. You can see some of the matte glitter behind it. It's just a nice look. Has a lot of depth. That's what's nice about pairing the glitters and putting glitter on top of another glitter gel, is that you get sort of those multiple looks of different types and shapes and dimensional glitter, and it just looks really nice when it's all finished up. So once that comes out of the light, this is what we've got, and we are all done. My customer absolutely loved them. Hey guys, make sure you check out my other videos. I'll put them here on the screen, but thanks for watching. See you next time.